Welcome back to the Smart Garden channel, where we uncover nature's secrets to help you create the garden of your dreams. Today we're diving deep into something many gardeners overlook, but is absolutely essential for transforming lifeless dirt into rich, productive soil humus. If you've been struggling with lackluster growth, nutrient deficiencies, or soil that just doesn't seem to work with you rather than against you, this guide will be your turning point. Let's unlock the power of humus together. What is humus and why it's garden gold? Humus is quite literally the life force of healthy soil. It's the dark, crumbly, sweet-smelling organic matter that remains after plant and animal materials have been decomposed by microorganisms. Unlike raw organic matter, humus has reached a stable state where it resists further, rapid decomposition. This stability is what makes humus so valuable. It's a long-term investment in your soil's health rather than a quick fix. When you pick up truly healthy soil, what you're feeling is largely the presence of humus. It gives soil that spongy, resilient quality that both holds moisture during dry periods and drains effectively during wet ones. Think of humus as nature's perfect soil conditioner, one that commercial products try to mimic but can never fully replicate. In healthy woodland areas, humus forms naturally as leaves, branches, and animal remains decompose over years. In our gardens, we need to be more intentional about creating and preserving it. The remarkable benefits of humus-rich soil, the transformation humus brings to garden soil, is nothing short of miraculous. First, it dramatically improves soil structure, creating spaces between soil particles where air and water can move freely. This means roots can penetrate more easily, and the beneficial soil life that supports your plants can thrive. Plants growing in humus-rich soil develop stronger, more extensive root systems that can better access nutrients and moisture. Humus also serves as a natural nutrient reservoir. It can hold on to positively charged nutrients like calcium, magnesium, and potassium that would otherwise wash away with rainfall, slowly releasing them to plants as needed. Even more impressively, humus contains complex organic compounds that make soil nutrients more bioavailable to plants. Many gardeners don't realize that simply adding fertilizer to poor soil is inefficient. Without humus, much of those nutrients never actually reach your plants. Perhaps most valuable in today's changing climate is humus's water management capabilities. Soil rich in humus can hold up to 90% of its weight in water, acting like a sponge during heavy rains and slowly releasing that moisture during dry periods. Gardens with adequate humus levels require significantly less irrigation and are more resilient to both drought and flooding events. This water-holding capacity alone can transform a struggling garden into one that thrives with minimal intervention. How to build humus in your garden soil. Creating humus isn't an overnight process, but it's surprisingly straightforward once you understand the principles. The foundation of humus creation is consistent organic matter addition combined with proper management to encourage complete decomposition. Compost is your primary humus building tool. Unlike raw organic materials that can temporarily deplete soil nitrogen as they decompose, properly finished compost is already partially humified. Incorporate 2 to 3 inches of quality compost into your garden beds annually, ideally in early spring before planting or in fall after harvest. The key is using mature compost. It should be dark, crumbly, and have an earthy smell rather than an ammonia or sour odor. If making your own, ensure it reaches high enough temperatures, between 140 and 160 degrees Fahrenheit, during the active phase to kill weed seeds and pathogens. Cover cropping is another powerful humus building strategy often overlooked by home gardeners. Plants like clover, vetch, rye, and buckwheat grown specifically to be returned to the soil create both surface residue and deep organic matter from their extensive root systems. The diversity of materials in cover crops, from nitrogen-rich legume leaves to carbon-rich grass stems, provides ideal building blocks for stable humus formation. For best results, cut cover crops down just as they begin to flower and either incorporate them shallowly or leave them as mulch on the soil surface. Maintaining and protecting your soil's humus. Once you've begun building humus levels, protecting this precious resource becomes equally important. Excessive tillage is humus's greatest enemy. Each disturbance exposes organic matter to oxygen, accelerating decomposition and carbon loss. Transition to no-till or minimal-till methods whenever possible, using hand tools to disturb only the planting area rather than entire beds. Keeping soil covered year-round with either living plants or organic mulch creates the conditions under which humus naturally forms in nature. Bare soil exposed to sun and rain quickly loses humus through oxidation and erosion. A 2 to 3 inch layer of organic mulch, whether leaves, straw, or wood chips, not only protects existing humus, but slowly contributes to building more as it breaks down from the bottom up. Remember that soil life is what transforms organic matter into humus, so avoid practices that harm these vital organisms. Synthetic fertilizers, particularly in excess, can disrupt the microbial communities responsible for humus formation. Similarly, fungicides and certain herbicides can severely impact the fungi and bacteria that are your allies in creating stable soil organic matter. From theory to practice, your humus-building action plan starts with assessing your current soil conditions. Dig a small hole and observe the color, smell, and texture of your soil. Healthy, humus-rich soil is darker, has a pleasant, earthy aroma, and holds together without being sticky or compacted. Select a small area to begin with, perhaps your most struggling garden bed, and apply these humus-building principles consistently. Within a single growing season, you'll notice improvements in plant health and soil workability. Within 3 years of dedicated humus building, you'll have soil that barely resembles what you started with. Soil that works with you instead of against you, requiring less water, less fertilizer, and producing healthier plants with superior pest and disease resistance. If you found this guide valuable for transforming your garden soil, please support the Smart Garden channel by subscribing and sharing this video with fellow gardeners who might be struggling with poor soil. Remember, building humus isn't just good gardening. It's an act of environmental stewardship that captures carbon, reduces water usage, and creates resilient landscapes. Until next time, keep your hands in the soil and your eyes on the transformation happening in your garden paradise.